Good morning, everyone. Our today's poem is Woman in Dutch Painting, written by Eunice D Souza. So let's begin. First, understand who Eunice D Souza was. She was an English poet, language poet, literary critic, and novelist. Among her notable works are Woman in Dutch Painting, Way of Belongings, Nine Indian Women Poets, These My Words, Learn from the Almond Leaf. She also published two novels, Dangalo, Dev and Simran. And she's an editor, number of anthologies on poetry, folk tales, and literary criticism. So she was a very prominent English literature writer. Now, after understanding who she was, now let's move to understand what she has written, which is prescribed in our syllabus. So let's move. And here's the poem. The afternoon sun is on their faces. They are calm, not stupid. Pregnant, not bovine. I know women like that, and not just in painting. An aunt who did not answer her back. Not because she was plain an Anna who writes poem and hope her avocado stones will sprout in the kitchen. Her voice is oatmeal and honey. So very short and beautiful poem. अब इस पोयम में वुमेन का जो ट्रेडिशनल रूप है, जैसा उनको पिक्चर्स में, जैसा उनको पेंटिंग्स में, जैसा उनको आर्ट में पोर्ट्रे किया जाता है और कैसे वो रियल लाइफ में है, इस चीज के बीच में एक बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल कंपैरिजन के साथ इस पोएम को प्रेजेंट किया गया है. So they are actually challenging stereotypes related with women. जो women की paintings आप fancy paintings बना देते हैं, जो women को लेके perspective है, उस चीज को लेके ये poem लिखी गई है. So let's now go one by one. The afternoon sun is on their faces. They are calm, not stupid. So picture है, picture के ऊपर जो afternoon sun आ रहा है, it is giving the glow, it is giving the clarity to look at the picture. And what they see in picture से क्या पता चल रहा है, they are calm not stupid, they are calm not stupid. So यहाँ पे ट्रेडिशनल जो stereotype है, जो women को generally emotional समझा जाता है, they are like, they are over emotional, they are over sensitive and all that stuff, जो वुमेन के बारे में जनरली कहा जाता है, उसको यहाँ पे वो चैलेंज करते हुए बोले दे आर काम नॉट स्टूपिड. सो द पिक्चर विच इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ हर, जहाँ पे वुमेन को पोर्ट्रे किया गया है, वहां पे शी इज फीलिंग दैट दे आर काम. वो चैलेंज करे स्टीरियोटाइप को यहाँ पे. देन सेकंड स्टीरियोटाइप को वो जो चैलेंज कर रही है, दैट वी कम अक्रॉस, प्रेग्नेंट नॉट बोवाइन. बोवाइन का मतलब क्या होता है? बोवाइन दुधारू पशु को कहते हैं, लाइक काउ हो गए जो दूध देते हैं. सो हियर another stereotype is challenged, that women, though they are gifted with ability to reproduce a child, to bring a new life to the world, but they are not just bovine. उनका रोल सिर्फ यही नहीं है. So they are pregnant, not bovine. So traditional role of women of giving birth, motherhood का जो role है, उससे जो women को challenge करके limitize किया जाता है, उसको भी वो challenge कर रही है. And then in two lines, पिक्चर से उसको क्या दिख रहा है वो बता रही हैं. And then she goes further and she says, I know women like that, and not just in paintings. And then she says कि but ऐसी women who are calm, who are more strong, who are not just limited to the traditional role, are not just limited in the paintings. She has also seen them, she has also found them, observed them into real life. ऐसे लोग रियल लाइफ में भी एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. एंड देन शी गिव्स एग्जांपल फ्रॉम रियल लाइफ, जहाँ पे वो कहती हैं, एन आंट हु डिड नॉट आंसर हर हस्बैंड बैक, नॉट बिकॉज शी वाज प्लेन. अब वहां पे वो एक एग्जांपल देती हैं कि एक आंट है जो अपने हस्बैंड को आंसर बैक नहीं करती है, बट रीजन ये नहीं है कि शी इज वीक, but she's strong enough to handle that. She's strong enough to assert herself without raising her voice. Clear? So she's strong enough. So she's portraying the strongness, strength of a woman. And she chose not to answer back. because of her maturity or because of her choice, not because she is weak. And Anna, who writes poem and hopes her avocado stones will sprout in the kitchen. And then she gives another example where a lady is writing poem. She's into creativity, she's into artistic endeavor, and she hopes her avocado stones will sprout in the kitchen, which tells that, creativity is there and creativity is bringing hope into the life of the woman. And final line, she says her voice is oatmeal and honey. Here she is saying that, यहाँ पे जो ये किचन के एलिमेंट्स है, फूड एलिमेंट के जो इन्होंने एग्जांपल लिए हैं, ओटमेल एंड हनी, दैट वुमेन का जो रोल है, वुमेन की जो फेमिनिटी है, वुमेन का जो ट्रेडिशनल रोल है, उस रोल में भी शी इज ब्यूटिफुल। हर वॉइस, आवाज तेज करने की जरूरत नहीं है टू बी समवन स्पेशल, टू be someone lead a strong life. So she says her voice is like oatmeal and honey. उसकी आवाज बहुत ही प्यारी है, बहुत ही beautiful है. She doesn't need to raise her voice to be strong enough. She writes her poem, she expresses herself without raising her voice, and she hopes for the better future. So इस poem में from starting to end, if we just summarize and understand it once again, फर्स्ट ट्रेडिशनल पेंटिंग्स में कैसी वुमेन्स को पोर्ट्रे किया जाता है, जनरली दे आर वेरी लाइफलेस, दे हैव सो मेनी स्टीरियोटाइप्स अटैच्ड टू दैट। बट सबसे पहले वो इनको चैलेंज करती है कि वो काम है, स्टूपिड नहीं है, प्रेग्नेंट है, बोवाइन नहीं है। देन शी गिव्स एग्जांपल फ्रॉम रियल लाइफ, सेइंग दैट रियल लाइफ में भी women like this exist, but they have more maturity, more strength. They don't have to like go and rebel to be strong. Within their traditional role, within their traditional, you know, by doing that also, they they have their own individuality. वो अपनी individuality को, अपनी strength को, अपनी hope को बरकरार रखते हुए, they choose to be like that. So that's what the poem is trying to tell about. Now let's understand the major themes that poem are talking about. So major themes of poems are challenging stereotype, as I already mentioned that one of the central theme is that traditional stereotype of women जो है, so उसको तोड़ा गया है, they are calm and intelligent, and this is directly opposing the historical notion of women being depicted as emotional and intellectually inferior. Generally women के साथ जो emotion वाला चीज attach किया जाता है, they're oversensitive, they don't think, they feel from the heart and all that stuff, तो वहां पे उसको calm and intelligence से replace किया गया है. And by subverting these stereotypes, poem advocates a more accurate and empowering representation of women in art and society. So art and society में women का जो representation है उसको correct करने की कोशिश की गई है, उसको सुधारने की कोशिश की गई है. Then second theme is identity and individuality. Now here, women's individuality is portrayed, that each woman has their own distinct characteristics, breaking away of the notion of woman as one dimensional figure. जो woman को एक ही ढांचे में, एक ही सांचे में डाल दिया जाता है, उस चीज को चैलेंज किया गया कि हर woman स्पेशल है, हर woman यूनिक है उसके तरीकों में. Real life example mentioned in the poem highlight the unique qualities and experience that make each woman remarkable in her own right. So जो real life experiences है उससे वो individuality को बताया गया है. Then realism versus idealism we see. The poem blurs the line between artistic realism and idealism. Artistic realism और idealism के बीच की जो line है उसको blur किया गया है. That they question, in this poem it is being questioned that qualities attributed to women in Dutch painting are solely artistic fantasies, or they reflect the genuine एट्रीब्यूट्स ऑफ रियल वुमेन. एंड ये हर जगह होता है, जो आर्ट वर्सेस सोसाइटी है, कि आर्ट जो है सोसाइटी को रियल रिप्रेजेंटेशन दे भी रहा है या नहीं दे पा रहा है. सो दैट्स व्हाट इज बीइंग द मेजर कंसर्न ऑफ द पोएम. और पैरेलल ड्रॉ किया गया है. बाय ड्रॉइंग पैरेलल बिटवीन पेंटेड फिगर एंड द पोएट एक्विस्टेंस, द पोएम सजेस्ट दैट आर्ट कैन होल्ड अ मिरर टू रियलिटी, depicting women as they truly are rather than perpetuating unrealistic ideals. सो आर्ट और सोसाइटी को पैरेलल रख के इस चीज को प्रेजेंट किया गया है कि आर्ट कैन रिप्रेजेंट द society. Then there is a theme of empowerment and agency. Poem celebrates women empowerment and agency. Poem celebrates it, and they present real examples and from the women in the Dutch paintings, assertive and independent individual who make choices and decision for themselves. So we found women, चाहे वो women है जो अपने husband को आवाज नहीं के प्रति आवाज उठा नहीं रही है या तेज आवाज में बात नहीं कर रही है, but it's a choice that she has, not because she is weak. Similarly, the mention of aunt who choose not to answer her husband back. She's not passive and submissive. Rather, she's taking charge of her life. It's a choice not to indulge in such activities. So that has been celebrated here. Then finally we have creativity and hope. So जो दूसरा example है आपका जहाँ पे अन्ना जो poetry लिख रही हैं, she Anna pursuit of writing poetry and her optimism is hoping for her avocado stone to sprout symbolize the capacity for creativity and growth, that women are capable of nurturing and cultivating not just life but also aspiration and talent. So first example इंडिपेंडेंस को दिखा रहा है, इंडिविजुअल चॉइसेस को दिखा रहा है, और सेकंड एग्जांपल जो अन्ना का है वो वुमेन क्रिएटिविटी होप कि वुमेन आर पॉसिबल, women for women it is possible to go and try these things and see their future into that. Then finally, we have a theme of female solidarity. That female solidarity is explained that shared experience and quality, and we find that these strength and intelligence are found both in painted women and real life women. So there's a sense of unity and support among the women, promoting the idea they can find common grounds in individual journey. तो यहाँ पे women की uniqueness को और togetherness को दोनों को साथ में present किया गया है with art and life के parallel example draw करके. So that's a very powerful attempt that poet is trying to make here. So, in conclusion, we can say women in Dutch painting explore the multifaceted nature of women, breaking away from limiting stereotypes and championing their individuality, empowerment, and creativity. Through this exploration, the poem encourages a re-evaluation of how women are portrayed in art and society, striving for a more inclusive and authentic representation. So with this we have come to the end. I hope आपको ये poem समझ में आई होगी, अच्छी लगी होगी. So with this, let's close our discussion and we'll meet in our next discussion. Bye bye.